My name's Karen Kay, and I wanted to talk to you about taking a case to the Supreme Court. So when I was just starting out as an attorney, I had the fortunate experience to take a case all the way up through the appellate court process and argue in front of the Supreme Court. And here are my tips for you if you find yourself in that position. First tip is to make an incredibly clear record. So in my case, the judge actually stated that he was disregarding state law and found out-of-state law more persuasive. So I went ahead and asked him explicitly if he was following out-of-state law rather than in-state law. He said yes, and this turned out to be a persuasive factor up in front of the Supreme Court. The second part of advice is to prepare. I knew my case inside and out factually. So in addition, I made cue cards with every case that both I had cited and both the defense had cited, and then put the main factors on them in terms of similarities and differences, so that I was prepared to answer any questions by the Supreme Court justices on any case that had been cited. The third part of the advice is to prepare and practice. So I, at my point, hauled in people off the street, hauled in family members, hauled in everyone from my office. I set up round tables with other lawyers outside of the office and ran through my argument, because one of the most important things that you need to realize is that even though you have an outline, when you argue in front of the Supreme Court, you're going to get 2 sentences in and then your outline goes out the window. So you need to really be prepared for that. One of the great parts of the Washington Association for Justice is that we have an excellent amicus program. And so Brian and George were heavily involved in preparing me for my argument. We met the day before and went over every case and the distinguishing factors. And then they were able to prepare me for the justices and what questions they would be asking. And I believe that they played a large part in my victory in my case. So those are my main tips in case you find yourself early on arguing a case in front of the Supreme Court. Also, because we're an EAGLE program, we like to help each other out. So if you have any questions on any subject, feel free to give me a call. And if I can't give you the answer, I will point you towards someone that can. Thanks.